raised 1.5 million to buy a car. And when I come to the house of God on our anniversary, I discovered that house of God is not well kept, wherein people will come and have some kind of honor and feel comfortable in the house of God. There is a need for me to buy that car. And I said, what do I do? I had a voice of God that said to me, love it down me, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. I pull out of that money and begin to spend it in the house of God. By the time I flood the house, do everything, the money remained 450,000 naira. And the Lord said to me, son, I will give you that car. I said, what do you mean, God? I was speaking in Pastor Humphrey's birthday in the church, and the Lord said to me, out of that money you want to use and buy, I saw 50,000 on this birthday. And when I do it all that, after I was coming, the man called me and said, please, I need money. That car you brought to me in Ghana, anyone you have, please come and give me and carry it. Even if it's 1 million, give me. Anything you have, bring and give me. I said, I'll spend all my money in the church program that just finished. What is left for me is just 450. Even 300 is what is available. He said, send it to me. Come and carry the car. Yesterday as I was going, I saw this, my brother, in Kasua Market. Are you hearing me? And today the car come to me. I didn't struggle for it. Everything is therein. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. But Apostle, do you know why? No man can seek the kingdom of God first without being born again, sir. No man can seek the kingdom first without being born again. That was one prayer that Paul prayed. I'm rounding up. That was one prayer that Paul prayed. Can I show you the prayer here in the book of Ephesians? Ephesians chapter number 3. This was the prayer of Paul to Ephesians brethren. He said, I pray that at glorious riches he must strengthen you with power through the Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ might dwell in your heart through faith. And I pray that you be rooted and established in love. If you read that, he said, I pray for you that Christ might dwell in you, that you be rooted in love, might be able to know, to understand the length, the width, and that you might be able to know the mystery of godliness. When you serve him, he pays you. But except a man be born again, your service with God is in vain. Because you will not be in line. You will not be in line. Except a man be born again. Whatever you are doing for God is fake. You are fake. Because you will do it out of love. You will do it because you love Pastor Henry. You will do it because you need accommodation. You will do it because you are stranded. Any day that man begin to get his own money, he will curse you in your face. That is what we see in the church today. People, when they get stranded, they become humble and begin to hide in the church because they know in the church we show hospitality. That's not what I'm talking about. Am I communicating? Hear me, sir. You cannot bring somebody to Christ by hospitality. We will do good because it's our nature, but never you think in your mind that you can win souls by goodness. Listen to me. Any man is stranded, he becomes automatically humble. But you will know whether that man loves God when he begins to be independent. Am I communicating here? I come to let you know you might desire to serve a man be born again. He cannot see the kingdom. How dare you teach me what I'm not seeing? How will I understand? Tell me something and I'm blind. You say, Mike, I can't see. No matter how you holler, no matter how you rebuke, as long as my eyes is blind, I call in me. No matter your effort of trying to let me know, but when you become born again, you become spiritually, have spiritual insight about the kingdom. Then you begin to see a little encouragement. You will love the. Do not be deceived, Paul said in Galatians chapter 6 verse 7. For God cannot be mocked. For whatsoever a man sow, that is what you will reap. I was with a spiritual father, man of God, was privileged to see him. Just like as you guys were living with Pastor today. I washed napkin for many years. For many years. I was born with golden spoon. My pastor have nothing to offer financially. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Nothing. I slept in ordinary ground many years. Every day I would seek malaria. But in all those things I did not complain. In all those things I was humble. In all those things, that was how I served God until I left that place. Only one church all my life. Only one church all my life. Only one church in all my life. Only one. The CPM was where I schooled, seminary school. That was how I'm part of CPM. We're pinnacle of praise. Only one pastor. Till today, a time came when I opened my ministry newly. Power of God become unusual. So my relations are related over the Imo, where I started my ministry, begin to say I'm using charm. So they went to my spiritual father to tell him that I'm using charm to blow people down. So the power was much in my ministry. The demonstration of power was much that my father backed me and said it's like I have gone to do another thing, because he's not a prophet, he's just a teacher. So the manifestation of God's power was unusual. And so when they now backed me, even him backed me, I was left alone. That brought me to Ghana. Are you hearing me? After all persecution I went through, I was still standing, prophesying, preaching. Miracles was still happening because they labeled me black. I encouraged myself in the Lord. But after which, those my siblings that fought me began to see calamity, and they returned to make peace with me, and everybody was shocked. That was how my spiritual father returned to apologize to me. That's what we're saying. I was the one that saved his life. The man was sick. Nobody knew what was happening. And blood was finishing. He was urinating blood, shitting blood. And I called him and said, go and do that. The Lord spoke to me that blood is finished in your body. That is why you couldn't sleep, you couldn't rest. I sent 30,000 naira. Go and check. And when he went and checked, he discovered that blood was finished, about for him to die. And he was taking antibiotic. Doctor say, how do you survive with this kind of level of blood? If you have taken it tomorrow, you could have died. That was how I rescued his life. Come on, can I let you know something? If you want to serve God, serve God. Forget about what anybody will say to you. They will criticize you. But don't be someone that is serving God without being born again first. You have to give your life to Jesus. Being born again is not being perfect. Are you hearing me? But you got to surrender yourself to God. God, I am depending on you to make it. God, what will you want me to do? As I'm here, you might not know it. I have got money to build a house. I've got money to buy land. But every of my resources is being deposited in the house of God for the passion and for the love I have for my God. And I have never regretted it one day. Brothers and sisters, I want to challenge you. It pays to serve God. It pays to love him in truth and in spirit. You are here. You have not come to the level of saying, Jesus, I will love you. Jesus, I will live for you. Any blessing and promotion that will not come from you, I'm not interested. Lord, I yield to you. Lift me up by yourself. I want to pray for you before I hand over. Lift up those two hands. Except that Lord build a city, the builders are laboring in vain. No matter how people gossip me,